I guess first of all, just with this being recorded, do you like the title of Kinda Famous Podcast?
I do. I
Okay.
like the title. I feel like I feel like it's fitting.
Hello, my name is Hunter.
And I'm and
And this is the Kind of
And this is the Kinda
Famous Podcast.
This is the Kinda Famous Podcast. Episode 1.
Episode 1 of the podcast. What is this podcast going to be about, you might ask?
Is it about a bird?
Is it about the dinosaur bird, the pterodactyl?
Is this going to be about binomial nomenclatures?
That's too big a word for me, Captain. Way too big a word. So me and do TikTok. What is your TikTok handle?
My TikTok handle is namelessjames, nameless.james.
Is it nameless.james? And I just never noticed this whole time.
There's a dot in there.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a spatial thing. What about you? What's your username?
So my username is hunter.the.hill. Pretty confusing unless you just read it Hunter the Hill, which is how it is intended. Some people say hunter.the.hill. I'm just like, why'd you read the first dot but not the second one?
Yeah, what the hell? What would you say your niche is? Who would you say your target audience is?
Dude, I don't know. I've been trying to get a niche. Whenever I do get something that's okay, it's not the thing I want, you know?
Yes, that resonates so well because anytime I've tried to pursue some sort of like regular content, I could never pin it down, but it's like the random things that I do, lip syncing in a mirror and like busting through the bathroom door, like those always like do well, but like how do you make that a niche? Like I can't be the guy that's just busting bathroom doors and singing in mirrors. Yeah, it's been funny to see regular faces over the past 10 months that like of people that I feel like I know, whether like they followed me originally or I followed them or just saw their stuff on my For You page. It's funny because they are regular people. It doesn't really matter. Like TikTok is a big open like community where you might have a video that has 1,000 views, but someone with 1 million plus followers sees it in comments and shares it because it resonated with them. So there's no, I guess, discrimination in terms of like who sees your stuff.
And that's the thing. I had a series on here where my wife got me birthday presents and she got me a Chipotle gift card, and I had the verified Chipotle account say, "Your birthday looks lit." You know, it's like I didn't have that many likes, but they saw the video. And I'm like, that's cool. I mean, it connects normal people to a world of like, you know, famous people, I guess, too.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's so funny seeing like professional accounts comment or like comments like randomly. Whoever runs the Detroit Lions TikTok account,
I know, they're on everything.
They've liked comments of mine on random videos that had like nothing to do with them or anything, which is just like but it's like to your point of like, I guess you always think of those things like an NFL team or like you know, a restaurant, you know, chain like Chipotle. Speak to them is like seems so out of reach,
right?
But like on TikTok, it's just not. Even though that is kind of a ridiculous thing. Like, why would it be out of reach? Like at the end of the day, it is probably some like 22-year-old intern like managing their TikTok account. But it's just hilarious that like companies are now giving those people the freedom to do whatever they want on social. Yeah, because they like know social well.
Pretty much this podcast as itself is social media in general. Obviously, we do mainly TikTok. We're going to interview people who have followers on TikTok, or even if they're not that big on TikTok, they have some experience with anything else. TikTok's such a crazy thing. Like, I tried YouTube. I can't even tell you for like, since 2008 as a child, right? To try to get 66,000 subscribers on YouTube versus followers on TikTok, it's not even the same. It's so much harder everywhere else, in my opinion.
I completely feel you. I've never gone after something like that. So what were you doing like prior to, what were you doing as like, you know, 10-year-old or whatever on YouTube?
So YouTube, I had a cool account. You know, there's a whole genre on YouTube of random videos. Like, this is my random video. Like, I'm talking about nothing. I'm doing a bunch of jump cuts. Like, there's not really a whole lot of purpose.
Right.
I was doing, like, okay to an extent of, like, view-wise. I would get an average amount of views. Subscribers, to this day, I have 500 and something subscribers on YouTube.
That's pretty good though.
That's not bad. But
yeah, YouTube is tough.
It's just TikTok's one of those things. It's like I would have never thought I could have had this much of a following versus after trying that hard on YouTube.
Right. When did you get on TikTok? When did you first start?
So I first downloaded the app in like January. I made a first TikTok on like New Year's Eve or something like that. Just me and my buddy like doing a one of the TikTok dances, and it didn't get like anything, you know?
Nice.
And then I posted a video like after that was just like me walking in the bathroom, right? And me saying, I'm gonna post a video every day until I'm TikTok famous. And then it was like, so yeah. And that was it. And then I remember being at work and I was just like, oh my gosh, this has 200 likes. You know, or something. I was like, holy crap. That was that, and but I did not post consistently. So
gotcha.
I wouldn't really say I started trying in January or February, but
yeah, when did you come around to start saying like, okay, there's like a route to building a little bit of a following, so like I'm gonna put out regular content?
I mean, I would definitely say probably the end of February or March, you know, was when I started posting. Like, I'm like, I gotta post, like, because I was watching all those videos, I gotta post 3 times a day, I gotta post 3 to 5 times a day, and I gotta post at these certain times, and like trying to study it and everything. And that's when I started trying. So what about you? When did you start like TikTok?
It's funny because my dad like told my entire family to download TikTok like 3 or 4 years ago. I first got on TikTok back in March, the end of March, and it was because pandemic was sort of in like full swing in terms of like lockdown, stay at home here in Chicago. I ended up just getting on. I had like a lot of time during the day. I have a background in writing, and I would publish on like Medium and Quora every day. So I figured joining TikTok, why not try the same thing? I know that like video, every sort of like social platform is going towards video. Video is going to be like king, you know? So I got on, I saw that like most people were either like, I knew nothing about it. I saw most people were doing like dances or like lip syncing. I thought, well, I can lip sync, I'm sure. Like 1 or 2 videos that did okay. They got like, you know, a handful of likes and whatever. And I didn't really know what was good and what wasn't in terms of like engagement. Like I had a video that had 300,000 views or something in a few hours, and I was like, holy shit, like I've never experienced anything like that. After that video, it took me 1 or 2 weeks to cross like 10K followers, and then I just said, okay, well, if random lip syncing and like funny videos of me goofing around are enough to help me gain a following, I don't know, you could sort of do, I don't really have a plan with the following, and it's not that big compared to others, but again, it's like if you have that audience, like, you know, it's I don't know, it's just like a good thing.
It's interesting nowadays. I mean, it's an interesting thing, and you got to think, I mean, no matter how big your following is, even if you have 1,000 followers or, you know, 10,000 followers, there's still someone out there, a handful of people out there that thoroughly enjoy watching you post this video, you know, like they like your video. And even in the beginning when I had 1,000 followers or whatever, there was like a handful of people, I'm like, they're always liking my video. So it's like there's people that enjoy you, and that's the craziest thing to me. It's just like, I don't know these people, but they like watching my videos. Depending on who you are, right, the videos you post, you can't really change a whole lot. Like you can't change what you do and it do well a lot of times. I think when TikTok like sees that this is what this person's doing and then they try to do something else, it just doesn't work. Like,
I agree.
Me, I can't use sounds. Like if I try to use a trending sound, it never does good for me for some reason. And if I use my own audio, it does better.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because I've heard so many things on like, if you just use this sound, like no matter what, you're gonna get you know, some engagement. And I've experienced the same thing where it's like I tried it and it didn't work, or I tried it and it did. So like, you know, confirmed my belief.
So what was the video that made you like, because we all have the video that made you blow up the most, like, so do you know what video that is?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a video that I lip synced from one of my favorite creators. He's just like he's a DJ. Yeah, it's Hayz MSC, like Hayz, like Heyz. He's just like a really goofy guy, and he did a sort of like a pop punk version of Wonderwall by Oasis, and he's like singing in the mirror. Yeah, I lip synced that.
No, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you.
And it sort of just blew up. It got like, I think it's at like 2 or 2.5 million views or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that was one that blew up for me. And then I've had a couple, just kind of like random videos that like I wasn't expecting anything. What about you? What was sort of like the video that
So the video that blew up, and like I was the one that was like, you followed me and got this many followers, right?
Yeah.
I was mainly making fun of the people that do that. That video had like 120 something thousand likes, and I'm like, I don't get it. The other video that it was more in the beginning, I had a whole beef with somebody.
Like a real beef?
A whole TikTok beef a little bit with basically it was the cheese videos. Are you familiar with my cheese videos?
No.
Okay, so I ate a piece of Baby Bell cheese with the wax on.
That's hilarious.
Okay, I took a bite. I said, "Oh wow, this is good. I never had red cheese before." and so I took a bite, and then everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, no, you got to peel it off." There's a bunch of kids like, "You got to peel it off." It's like, okay. So like made another video of me saying, "Oh, you got to peel it off." So then I threw the cheese away and just ate the red wax, right?
Oh my god, so you gotta peel the red part off of the cheese. I see. So you actually peel it off of the cheese. That is better. That is
hilarious.
So apparently there's this guy on TikTok that just eats food wrong. Like he just like eats like a pineapple with skin on and eats stuff like that. I'd never heard of him before, but his name. Have you ever heard his? That's all he does. And I guess he had like 200,000 followers at the time, right? All his followers are like commenting on my video, like, "You're copying this guy." I'm like, "I don't know who this guy is." And then this guy, it's like, "Wow, you're not gonna credit me and this and that, dude." It was a whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh wow." It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Now I'm blocked from him, so it's fine.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The whole crediting thing on TikTok, first of all, it's really, really hard to like track down a trend.
Right, where you saw something or
a niche in general, because it's like you can't be, here's what I'm going to say, it's going to be kind of blunt, but like to other creators, like everybody on here, you can't be too naive to think that everything you do is 100% original, because there's so many things that people do that maybe was an original thought of theirs, but hundreds of other people, thousands of other people have done it in their own way.
Exactly.
Someone asked me how I keep a mustache like thick. I was gonna make like a video replying to the comment and just kind of be a goofball about it and like put a bunch of like really weird stuff in like a blender, like a raw egg and like all this stuff, and I'm like, I have this every day and like that's it. But like imagine if that guy came after me just because I did that, because like I ate the food the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's just like,
dude, that's pretty funny. You might have to do that.
Right, I was trying to think of a way to do it without sounding like because my brother, he's kind of like my gatekeeper on all things TikTok, or at least he was, like at the very beginning. At the beginning when I was going to do that, he was like, yeah, that would be funny, but like some people are genuinely asking like if you use product in your mustache, and like I don't want them to take it offensively. I was like, oh, that's a good point. But yeah, anywho, should we get into like games or something?
Games?
Yeah, should we play like a...
This is our pilot episode, pretty much, so we're kind of getting everything established. That was a cool pilot noise. Cool laser beam sound. The real question. I have two real questions for you as the most famous person here right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
I know. So, would you ever shave your mustache, or how long have you been rocking the mustache?
Okay, funny thing is, I started rocking the mustache the same day, basically, I got a TikTok. Basically, since March, since I downloaded TikTok, I've been rocking the stash.
Dude, nice.
I haven't shaved it or trimmed it. I only trim it here and cut it with some scissors. I've been rocking that since the beginning, just because like I guess it was sort of like to me it was just like if this is making me recognizable, like it's working to my benefit, so I should just
right. And I think I've told you this before, that before I even met you or talked to you or whatever, I saw your video on my For You page. I was like, oh wow, Okay, cool. And I mean, whatever. And then I saw your videos because I think there's an algorithm of like, even if you don't follow someone, if you watch their video and then go to their page, just look at, at their page and then go back, their videos are going to be on your For You page again. I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
And so I had a couple of videos of yours on my For You page, and then I saw that you lip synced my audio, and then that's when we kind of started talking after that.
Dude, I was just gonna bring that up. So I remember, so I like save, like I'll like when I was getting on it at first and I like knew that lip syncing was my thing, I would just like save a bunch of sounds that I thought were funny. So I didn't originally know, and it was like, no, that was you. I think I just like used it, and I don't even know if I did credit you like initially. Yeah, it must have been like a day that I just like was like, I need to get one out there, and like had this sound, and I was like, all right, I could lip sync this, and it like did really well. And then that's how the story goes.
You know who used that sound too?
Who?
Frickin' Addison Rae's dad.
I ain't gotta get a bracelet for a tennis necklace, but I need 20 anklets for a pancake breakfast.
Really?
Yes.
No way.
And I remember I'm like, what? Why? And it was pretty funny. I mean,
so how does it feel to know that the Ray family knows who you are?
Well, as I'm saying, they don't. Like, there's no way. Like, I mean,
this is kind of famous.
I know that's kind of a famous thing. That video helped me out a lot. I mean, I don't know. I've tried making similar videos. They just don't work. I'm just like, okay, I'll try again another day.
Dude, that's where like the pinning down a niche when you're just goofing around is so tough, because it's like I've made jokes about like, obviously it's not anything to joke about, but I've tried to make a lighthearted situation out of like getting let go because of COVID. So I could make my entire page a niche about like unemployment stuff and like things like that, or like job searching, things like that. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want all my like stuff to be about that. I guess the stash and like jacket make me look like a bum a little bit, but it doesn't quite go with like the goofiness of the rest of the stuff. Like I could throw stuff in there here and there maybe, but that's where like the video you made, it's like I feel you. Like I make one that's random, I try to replicate it because it like does well out of nowhere, and then it's like if the one you recreate or like try to replicate like just flops, and you're like, all right, well, why did people like this the first time? Was it the time I posted? Was it like
I posted that video probably like 7 or 8 in the morning on a Sunday. I was going to the beach, and then I get like home from the beach, and I'm like, okay, this video is doing pretty good. And then I don't remember how many people use that sound, but it was a lot of people. But I never post that early, and I posted that early one day, and I was like, I don't get it. There's so much science behind it. I'm just gonna try my best here.
Yeah. Dude, but I feel like it's changed so much now. It's like, you used to sort of be able to predict it. Like, I remember once you were able to see like analytics a little more, I would try to put my stuff out like right around the time where my followers were active. I was pretty dead on in terms of like, I would post and like my videos would do well for like a while, and then all of a sudden that didn't work anymore. It was like one day I posted a video and like 5 minutes later it had like 10, 15 views, which is like so abnormal, especially like considering if you have a big following. But
yeah, it's weird.
I don't know, man.
Second question I just remembered.
Oh, boom.
Okay, so this podcast we are asking all of the not risky questions, but the hard-hitting risky questions. Why Nameless James and not Nameless?
Honestly, it just like flowed better.
Okay.
And I didn't really want to like attach real name.
I heard you're legally changing your name to James. Is that correct?
I can't speak on that.
Okay.
For legal reasons.
Reasons.
It was just kind of like I created my account, and that was like the first name that popped into mind. Like I wanted to be anonymous, so that's where Nameless came from. And James, it really wasn't like I was naming myself James. It was just kind of like James is a filler. Like I could have just called myself Anonymous or something like that, but
or
like,
Nameless,
that
nameless
weird,
dot.
Yeah, like dot. Like But then that's just like whatever. So I just kind of I don't know. I guess I don't know. It is what you make it. But yeah.
So am I gonna have to bleep your real name in the podcast?
That could be funny.
That would be kind of funny.
Yeah, if we like my name's actually Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry that was bleeped.
Wow.
I kind of like went into TikTok knowing I was going to goof around and kind of embarrass myself. So I didn't really want my name that I attached to like my writing and like my normal name to be just like out and about on
Sure.
that platform, and I'm glad that I like kept it separated. I'm just gonna keep it separate. Like I know people are gonna find it. Like people have found my real account, but you know I'm glad that like for the most part, you know, you, Elliot, just me, Rod. I don't know if you
Right.
know Rod, but those are some people that I've met, told them my name.
Right.
Because like I've met them and like I know they're just chill
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Dude, some girl came across my For You page. If Miley comments on this, blah, blah, blah. Top comment, Travis Scott. Looks like Miley Cyrus is pretty popular on this app.
I know. I saw that too.
Like, what? It's like, okay. But that's what we were getting to earlier, where it's like,
Yeah.
this is the one app where
It's gonna bring people like. there's
doesn't really
people-
matter.
There's people talking to just YouTubers and regular actors and stuff just
Dude.
on here.
It is. And it does, like, give you an inside look at people's kind of, like, regular lives.
And that's the thing. It's like TikTok, in a sense, puts you for, you know, when your videos blow up or whatever, puts you on their level for a minute. And then when they comment on this stuff, it's like that puts them on your level.
Right.
So it's like everyone's just a person, you know, no
Yeah.
one's really
Yeah.
doing a whole lot other than trying to do what they enjoy
Right.
or what's going to make them, you know, feel viewed.
It's a funny environment, but it's a good environment.
You're
Yeah.
pretty big on Instagram, huh?
My Instagram has
Your Instagram kind of pops
surprisingly-
off.
Yeah,
every
it
once
has
in a while.
it has surprisingly done well. Like I got on Instagram, like I made I wish I didn't make an Instagram until I was at like 80 or 90K, which was probably a mistake. They also didn't come out with Reels until
Recently.
like somewhat recently. So I've just posted essentially every video that was a TikTok as a reel. And yeah, I mean some of the reels have started to blow up. So I'm going to stay posting there. I think Instagram is a lot more consistent in terms of like feedback. Like if
Right.
it does well on there, like I have a couple videos that I thought would absolutely blow up on TikTok and they didn't.
Right.
And then I posted them on Instagram like whatever. Like this isn't going to do well, it didn't do well on TikTok. And I was like proven wrong like
It's weird.
multiple times.
Yeah, well, like with me, and I haven't been keeping up with it, but like for a while I was like posting almost all of the ones I felt like super proud about. Like I think this is a good video. I'd post it on my Instagram, and then I posted one video of my dad burning a turkey that he overcooked, and I posted it on my Instagram. And then I mean it's not a lot, but it was more than all my other videos would get view wise, and likewise I got like almost 200 likes on this reel of my dad, you know, charring a turkey, and I'm like, oh, I'm on the Instagram For You page, or how does this work? Because there's just a bunch of people that don't follow me, and I'm not on Instagram enough to like know how it works. But I mean, it's definitely like a whole other thing. Like it's a whole other thing you can think about.
I think it's more of like Instagram is more accurate in terms of like using hashtags that relate to the video will help you
Right.
grow, like getting on the explore page, things like that. But it was more so like if TikTok was gonna go away, like
TikTok.
it's just like more like if TikTok was gonna go away,
Right.
then I
Yeah,
could still
which
post.
was a fear of everyone's for the longest time.
I was like, I might as well have the reels going. A lot of my videos have done well there, so I'm just gonna keep trying that, and that's gonna kind of become old trusty because TikTok is so unpredictable now. you know?
Sure, yeah, I get that. I don't know how to end this podcast.
Me neither.
Because I mean, we had a lot of good points here as far as benefits of TikTok, the benefits
Yes.
of social media, and how everything works. So for the future, we're gonna have guests upon this podcast. We're gonna have TikTok videos based upon this podcast, and then you guys can ask us some questions, advice questions, whatever it is.
I would say advice questions.
It can be TikTok question related, it can be personal question related, and it can be like, you know, it can be questions about us, or like even if we know ahead of time who the guests might be on the podcast, it can be questions for them.
Either you take it as, wow, this is great advice, or you say, I'm never going to listen to that advice ever, but that's what it is. It's advice.
How should we end this thing? We need to have like a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yalapa.
Jalapa.
What is that hat?
Jalapa's, it's a small town in Mexico. Let's see. How do we log off? Logging off. No, it's terrible.
Cool guys logging off.
Enter theme.
Please don't.
Music.
Yeah, enter outro music. Please don't approach us. We're kind of famous.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you see us in public, please don't approach us.
We're kind of famous.
We're kind of famous.